a lot of credit to Gukesh. So it looks like, I mean, I don't want to go and jinx him by saying like congrats to Gukesh, because it's very easy to like say congrats to Gukesh and then something happens here. So I don't want to do that, of course. Um, yeah, so it's what it is. I mean, I thought I took. I mean, people are saying I didn't take enough risks. I think I took a lot of risks. I mean, today, of course, maybe I should have played E4, but I would have probably been surprised in a Spanish, and who knows what would have happened. So, yeah, I'm not really that disappointed overall. And frankly, I'm just like, I don't know. Honestly, if I'm Fabi right now, I want to go jump off a bridge. Like, I mean, it's just what to do.
Yeah, it's a tough moment
Yeah,
also,
I
I
mean,
guess,
this
for
it's just
Jan. Mm.
no, but I mean, but Jan was never winning though. Like Jan was
No, no,
losing
but
the
I
whole
mean, he
game.
was leading throughout the tournament and suddenly he's in a must-win. But you
I mean,
think that's just
Jan
that.
got unlucky. I mean, he had black in the last round. He had two whites in a row, and he wasn't able to do anything against either Prague or myself. I mean, that's what
Mm.
happened. So
Is
yeah, I
this
mean,
just
it's
a
just
dead
it's
draw
what it
now, or
is.
does Fabi have any chances?
I mean, Fabi's going to play on, but the time situation. I mean, this is a theoretical draw for starters, but the time situation makes it worse. And yeah, like I said, like I can be unhappy, but like I would not want to be Fabi. I mean, I would not want to be Fabi here because this is like, I mean, this is like he got the opportunity. He had the opportunity to win in the final game. Like I didn't have an opportunity to win. Gukesh just like he played B4. I had no chance, but Fabi has had many chances to win. So it's like so. I mean, I just like you have to look at things. You have to look at it on the bright side because, like, I mean, if I had done what Fabi's done today, like, I mean, you better believe I'd want to go down to the falls and have some bad thoughts in mind. I mean, I made that joke with Levy when we did our 30-minute interview. But geez, yeah.
Is losing at chess the most devastating thing you know?
I mean, I don't know about losing, but with the stakes so high and Fabi being winning at least what 5 times this game, like, I mean. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. But that's how it goes. Yeah. So anyway, for anybody who's asking too, today also like I mean I was thinking to myself, what did I want to play? I thought by playing D4, I'd play something I hadn't played the whole tournament. I get my opponent out as prep and go from there. And yeah, it's what it is. So anyway, I mean I guess I'll probably go and do a recap, go with my family pretty soon. But I think just to wrap it up, like I didn't actually ask if my team wanted me to name who they were. But I figure at this point it doesn't matter anyway. So I just to answer that question, the people who I was working with were of course Chris Littlejohn, who I've been working with for a long time, Nicholas Huschenbeth, of course, from Germany, and of course Niels Grandelius from Sweden was the other person that I was working with. I know a lot of
How is
people
that?
thought,
Of course.
well, I mean,
Niels
everyone
is
assumed I
one
was
of
working
my
with like
best friends.
Wesley,
I
like
talk to him almost on the daily. I never had the slightest idea at all.
yeah, so I mean, I think people assume I was working with like Wesley or Sam or others, but I worked with Niels and yeah, I think all of them did a great job. Like it was, it was a great event. I mean, it's unlucky that things didn't work out today, but I mean, I give a lot of credit to Niels and Nicholas for the work they did during our very short like sort of training camp. We did like a 3-week training camp in LA prior to the event. So big shout out to both of them because they really worked very hard. And yeah, I mean it was close, but I think like as unhappy as I want to be about it, I didn't have the chance today. So like I would say that if I had Fabi's situation today, doing a recap, it would be extremely hard. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be extremely tough to do it. But the fact that I never really had the chance today means that I mean I'm not super unhappy about it. So that's just how it goes. But yeah, that's how it goes.
Maybe before we let you go, for the fans, what is next for you? When will you return to streaming? And also, do you have any
Yeah,
gaming
it's
plans?
yeah, I mean this is a it's I'll be back to streaming on Tuesday. Of course, I've titled Tuesday. Obviously, got to get back to my real job. That's the first thing. But then I'll be going to the other side of Canada, going back home in some ways. So yeah, I'll be streaming from the other coast. Sorry, like I don't try to be emotional, but it's it is just because poof, give me 1 second. Two, 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 two. I try not to like get into it because like it's it's like a reminder of like years past, being young, everything else. But yeah, I'll be going back to Vancouver and streaming from there, and should be fun. So that's that.
Hikaru, thank you so
It's
much.
yeah, it's not actually about caring. It's just that like um it was basically like 16 years ago that kind of I felt like I went to Vancouver. I went there for the first time. Sort of lived on my own and everything, and it's just like thinking back to like being younger, being in the situation I'm in today. It's just crazy.
Hikaru, thank you so much for sharing with us, for coming on every single day, win, draw, or lose. So much love and support from the chat. So thank you for
Yeah, no,
what
I mean
was.
for people who are wondering, like now that I've composed myself, but it's not actually like sadness about today. It's just that like I was thinking like, if I could go back in time and tell myself 16 years ago that I'd be here today, it'd be like, no chance. No chance. So that's what it's about. It's more about that than it is about like actual the result today. It's just like it's just trying to think back like all the things that I've done in chess and just that's how it goes.
It's been tremendous following your whole journey. Hikaru, thank you so much for everything, also on behalf of chat. And I hope you enjoy a nice evening with your family, and we're looking
Yeah.
forward
Yeah, and
to having
also
you
I just
back.
want to add one last point, just one last thing as well, separate of all that. Like that's why like I try not to get into it because that is going to make me a little bit emotional. But the one last thing that I did want to say is, like in general, when you think about life, for example, I like to think that there are, karma or things like this exist. And so, like, I know there are people who are wondering, like, for example, would I like lose the game today on purpose? Like, because there are moments that I could have just been like done a little oopsie and made like a little blunder to lose the game, for example. And I like to think that in life, karma kind of is a thing, karma or, making the right choices. And so, like, for anybody who's wondering about those sorts of situations where it's like, would I like see if the game's like, for example, obviously, I'm not a fan of Nepo on some level. Like, I think some of the things he's done related to online chess are not appropriate. But for example, even if Nepo were winning today, I still would not be like, okay, I don't want Nepo to win because of all this other stuff and been like done like a little hang up piece or something like that. I never would do that just because I like to believe that whether it's like karma in this life, whether there's another life, that like making the right decisions does matter. Like that will come back and like haunt you down the road, like whether it's now or another time, that it will matter. So like that is the one thing that I would say for anyone who's wondering about like this game or other games. Like I would never intentionally like make a blunder and lose a game because like I think that karma is a thing and it's going to come back to haunt me later on.
I think integrity and just doing like it's so important in chess, and hopefully most players have that same attitude.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people do, but like I just wanted to get that out there for anyone who's wondering, like, if I would ever consider that, because like I do believe very strongly in karma. Like I do believe that if you do those things, like, it will, whether it's this life or another life, whether it's heaven, hell, whatever, that it will matter. So that is like kind of the one thing that I did want to add, because I know some people thought like, is he gonna like go and lose this game in, like 20 moves and just like ensure that neither Fabi or Nepo can catch up, and so. Yeah, that's what it is.
Hikaru, once
Yeah.
again, thank you so very much. And yeah, and enjoy your time in Canada, and we look forward to seeing you back.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll be back to normal on Tuesday. No, I mean, all the emotional stuff. It's just that, like, it's just crazy to think about how long I've been playing chess. It's just crazy.
Mm.
But yeah, so that's the bottom line. But yeah, I'm not upset about the game itself. Credit, I really do give a lot of credit to Gukesh. He kept it together. He kept it together throughout the tournament. I mean, you look at Gukesh at 17, and then you look at I'm going to make fun of the players, including myself, but you look at these bows with like Fabi and Nepo and myself. Like, God, we've been around for so many years now, and look at us like making all these blunders, having no emotional control whatsoever. I mean, obviously, I'm talking about Nepo and Fabi today, but like, I mean, like look at Gukesh's play and how well he kept it together, and then you look at Fabi's game today, and I mean, like, I mean, I'm glad I'm not Fabi. That's all I'm going to say. Because if I got the position Fabi got today and I messed it up, I probably I probably would not be sleeping tonight. I would not be sleeping. I would probably would actually skip the recap. For anybody who's wondering, like if I had what Bobby had today, I messed it up. I would probably for once actually not stand true to what I said before, and I would say fudge the recap. I'm just not doing it. I'm gonna go out, drink all night, and everything. So yeah. Anyway, you guys, my family's around, so I'm gonna have to jump off and do the recap quickly, and then I'll see you guys. I'll see everybody on Tuesday as we get back to streaming. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Hikaru.